All right, guys, what's going on? What's cracking? Today is another parts day. We've got some awesome stuff from RACESENG here, which they're an awesome company based out of like the Allentown, PA area. Very cool guys. They make some one-off amazing parts. They are the Apple of the car industry. The fit, the finish of their parts, the way they go about the process is amazing. I actually made a video which I'll link down below. Years ago, about 2 years ago, I went up there in the shop. You can eat off the floor in its machine shop. It's just unbelievable. But I digress. Let's go ahead and open up this package. I just got this morning here. I wanted to actually show opening it because even down like they have their own tape, which I always think is cool. Oh, pop that. Got your little lading here. All right. So we got 2 shift knobs, by the way, too. So if you want to come over here, we got 2 knobs. Both are the Spherology style. All right. And then we got covers for them also, and the retainers with a tool. So put those down there. Got the little fittings. There's more in here. Make sure you never want to always take everything out and check it all too, just to be safe. So in here is the different shift knobs. One is for my Supra and one is actually for Sean Stevens, the one with that black GSX. Sean GSX, I believe. I'll link his name here. Let's go ahead and open these up. All right, so we're gonna open up the first one here. I'm not sure which is which, so I do love this too, like the RACESENG, the logo. A new driving experience awaits. I just love I love this stuff. Cut that nice like that. Get this in. Now come in here, guys. Obviously, I just opened up the fit and finish again. Look, having the R logo, having the actual slit here. And then you have one of the fittings in here. We had to get different fittings though also, just because of the RACESENG knob that I need for my car is kind of unique, just because I use a T56 Magnum in my car. So it's a little one-off-ish, a little weird. So if you pull this up here, not sure this one's for his or not, but look, comes in a little soft cloth bag. I'm not sure if this is Sean's or mine. We'll see here. This one's Sean's. He also did a Spherology knob, stainless steel, and it is heavy. You got first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and then you use the RACESENG R for the reverse, which I always think is really, really cool. So I'm gonna set that back down in there real quick. Let's go ahead and open mine then. Let's make a nice little slit here. Oh boy, no. That goes nice on that one. Again, they have the little QR code stuff too, which I always think is pretty cool for installation and install. Again, in the nice little bag. These are nice too. Put this over your shift knob in the middle of summer so your hand doesn't get hot. It's nice to have that. And then this is the one for the Supra, for the T56 Magnum. I also went with the Spherology. I also like the stainless steel look. Now these covers can come off too, which I'll explain here a little bit later. But we also got something new that they have. So I already did one of these before on the MR2, but this is what's cool and new to me. They offer these little shift collars now. So open this up, has a zip tie in there. Again, installation instructions. This is like a little boot holder. So what this does is, when you put a new shift knob on, it almost looks like the boot looks out of place. This now allows for the boot to sit up inside of here. You push this up under your shift knob like so, uses these O-rings to hold it in, and gives like a nice finished look. So it's like that. And that's your shift knob now, and that's how it works. Now, I should be able to pull that back out. And that's it. Like, it's pretty cool. But I'm gonna install it in the car here then, and show you guys the finished product. So here's the factory setup, or this is the Grandis Racing setup, which I really do like. It's not a bad setup. This does sit slightly higher than factory, but I've always liked this. I mean, it's a factory looking shift knob. Then they designed this 3D printed collar that's supposed to look like the reverse lockout collar. We're going to replace that today. First thing we have to do is remove this, pop this off, and then we're going to have to pop on this boot retainer, which I'm going to show you guys why you need to put this on first before you put anything else on, like the threaded adapter or the shift knob. Obviously, removing the shift knob on this is quite easy. I'm hoping the adapter that's inside of this comes out with the shifter. If not, it's going to take a little bit more time, which means it's going to take a little bit more time. All right, now that fitting's off, I need to pull this boot down and put this down past this, and then you just swiggle up and pull that off. Put that down there. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you guys was this. You need to put on this little collar first because, see if I can do it here with my sweatpants. Sorry guys, apologize. It won't slide over top of that. So you have to put this collar on first, and set that down on like so. And then you need to go ahead and spin this little guy on. Not that hard, but just wanted to mention that because some people might not do that. So now that I spun that down, you can see, sorry for the glare here. It's hard to pick it up. You can see the letters line up. They're perfect. That's on. But now we haven't finished this. And you're like, well, how does this attach, Ryan? And here's two things. You can put it one of two ways. It has a little R symbol, or you can have racing. I kind of prefer the words racing being out. You literally just take this now and slide this up inside. Boom. Now you take your boot. Well, actually, you should take this out, wrap your boot around it. And it does come with a zip tie. Okay, this little zip tie here, I'm not going to put it on just a second. This little zip tie, so you put your boot on, wrap it around, then use a zip tie to help hold it up and keeps everything on. Pretty trick little piece, man. It's, again, they don't need to do this, but it gives it that last finished little bit of look, and I'm really, really happy with this. Now, I did just realize there was one issue, and I should have went over this, but I personally can't do this, but I'm just going to show you guys anyways. So this boot, I need to take this off. I can't actually take the boot off itself. On the Toyota Supra, these are actually glued in and like permanent. So if you ever need to replace a boot on a Supra, you're supposed to actually replace this entire panel, and it comes with a new boot. Really weird, right? I did actually replace this one myself years ago. I actually had to try and drill out each one. It was okay, and I put this one in that is real leather, but it's shorter than a factory one. So the problem is with that, even right now, if I hold this up and the shifts on this are so long, if I try to go in reverse, or not even reverse, try to go up and go to 6, see how tight that gets? It's literally just going to pull it down. If I wanted to go to reverse, which is up and over even further, it would not work. But what you're supposed to do is take this off, flip it around, use this zip tie, and this would even lose me more room. Flip this around so it keeps it taut up and inside here, so it keeps the shift boot up. I unfortunately cannot do that. I will link down below the instructions for all that too, on how to do it. But unfortunately, I can't personally do that on my car. Most new cars can, and probably, if I had a factory boot on this, I probably could, but the problem is I use an aftermarket boot, so this is 100% my fault. I believe the factory boot's actually another 2 or 2.5 inches longer this way, so you would have plenty of space then. And again, I'm using a T56 Magnum, which is different, but I like this little piece. So if you have a factory boot, it wouldn't be a problem, but with me, with this aftermarket one, it caused me a little bit of issues. All right, so now it's Sean's turn. Now we have his shift knob here. Go ahead and get yours out there, Sean. And we'll get his shift knob out here. So his uses an M10 by 1 1/4, I believe. I think it says here on the side. Yep, sorry. M10 by 1 1/4. That's his little adapter, comes in with the shifter. Of course, it has his little cloth just like mine, but his is reversed down and over to the right, where mine's up and over, because mine's a 6-speed for the T56 Magnum. And on his, we're actually gonna use the QR code reader here. So if he pulls up the app on his phone, you literally can scan it, open in browser. Check this out, guys. They make it this easy. If you're wondering about the instructions for it, installation guides, you just scroll down to where you need to go. So you keep scrolling down there. Sorry, you might have to X out of that. Oh no, his phone's lagging a little bit, guys. This isn't the website's fault. I just did this earlier. Keep going down.
There we go.
You'll get down to where you need to see it there. Keep going, slow down. Right there. That little guy right there. Yep, click on that, opens it up. And this tells you detailed instructions on how to install this little guy. But we're gonna show you that, so you don't need to open this, but just saying, that little QR code reader, pretty freaking neat that they actually include that to make it easy. You don't have to go search on a website or wonder where it's at. You just scan it and go on. So it's been a long time since Sean has taken off this whole setup. As you can see, his car is minty. This is a 70,000 mile, 95 true DSM GSX. This car is mint. It's a black car with the gray interior. Sean told me this is like normal for the black cars, correct?
Yes, it is. Yep.
He's got to take off the surround there to try and get this off, because we're going to put on the new racing boot holder there. So this is going to take a little bit of time, but we'll show you guys here in a minute. Okay, so once you get one of the center panels off here for the GSX, you have to pull this up. Oops, sorry. And then you'll see 2 screws down there. You need to remove those. They're assuming they're a bolt style screw. So you just undo that. Again, for both Sean and I've never worked really on a GSX except a little bit you guys see in past videos. So I don't know a whole lot about these cars like Sean does. And Sean hasn't taken this thing apart in years and years. Before this falls away, we're gonna grab that, sit that down there.
Oh, we're gonna keep it up.
Okay guys, so there was 2 screws in the back, then you have to slide the seats forward for that. We went ahead and removed those, the 2 in there. Now Sean, go ahead and pull up. Now I believe there's some electronics you might have to disconnect too. One being the cigarette lighter, I would assume. And I think there's some down in here he needs to...
Yeah, there's a light for
the cup holders.
Mm-hmm.
Of course there is. And there's all of this kind of stuff is always the pain in the butt, nichey stuff that's always a pain to get off. So we're just gonna show you guys the meat and potatoes of putting the shifter on here in a second. So for the GSX guys, once you turn inside out, it actually works just like the racing style. It has this like little rubber piece, which you can see here, has really gotten flimsy over the years, but it actually uses zip tie too, which is kind of the same method we're gonna use for this. So what we need to do is cut this zip tie, then we can pop this little rubber mount out and then slip this in instead. So what you need to do is, you're gonna flip this up like this, so the round side out, the little O-rings are gonna be down. You're gonna have your boot upside down, you're gonna slide it up. And for us, we're putting the racing towards himself, so towards him so he can read it, because of course, why wouldn't you wanna see that? So go ahead and slide that up in there, Sean. You're gonna take a little finagling. Depending on your shifter too, every car is gonna be slightly different, guys. So you're gonna have to maybe put a little pressure, like Sean here is gonna have to probably press just a little bit to try and get that bad boy up and inside there. All right, guys, so what you need to do then is put the zip tie on it to hold it. So you put the zip tie on, hold it there close to the boot. Now we're actually gonna push it inside out. Go ahead, Sean, and push it back through so you can see what it looks like. Now this takes a little bit of finesse too. You're gonna take a second or two. Push it up and around. Man, now look at that. See, it looks like that is factory sealed on there that way. Look how cool that looks. Oh my God, I can't wait to get this on. So that's actually the hard part. The rest of this is where it gets fun. So let's put the car back together, put the shift boot back in, and mount this all together. So everything's back together. Let's go ahead and zoom this out a little bit. Everything's back together. Sean is now going to put on the adapter just like you saw earlier. So go ahead and start screwing that on there, Sean. You'll start it off, and then again, we're gonna use a ratchet with a 15 millimeter and tighten this up. So now he's gonna go ahead and tighten it up and make sure. Look at this, Lorna's helping out. Look at her. Hi, Lorna. That's Sean's girlfriend, she's amazing. Go ahead and tighten this up, and you keep going there, Sean. Go ahead and it's gonna get pretty tight. So Sean's getting her nice and tight there, and you'll feel it bottom out once it's there. You don't want to go over tighten it now, so if it starts to get tight, now that we have, let's zoom in here, the adapter, this little piece here, we tightened down just like my car, down, and then we backed it off about 1.5, 2 turns there. And now Sean's gonna go ahead and put a shift knob on and see how it fits. You don't have to hold that. We're just gonna go ahead and screw it on first. See if it even lines up before we put that in. Go ahead and spin on as fast as you can. Because we're probably gonna have to back it off. It never lines up. Nope, we're gonna have to back it off some. So take the shift knob back off, and we're gonna have to get it right. Okay guys, so now what we need to do is finish up putting the boot retainer. You see the shift knob is lined up. We adjusted with the little screw on the top. I love that RACESENG does that. It's awesome. Sean is now going to pull up on the little retainer. Move your fingers there, Sean, so we can see a little bit. So go ahead and pull up and in, and done. Look at that. Get your little racing symbol in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and try shifting there, Sean. See how it feels.
A lot nicer.
Going into gear a lot easier, a lot heavier, and
makes it easier.
His shifter was really stiff as it was, and I thought it was a shifter, but it's actually the cables are very tight on this GSX, which is, I thought it was a little weird, but apparently that's normal. So this big, heavy shift knob will really, really, really help that, and damn, does it look good. That's awesome. And on that note, we are done. I can't thank RACESENG enough for this. These things are freaking awesome. The car shifts so much better now. I just took it out for a drive there a little bit earlier, and it's just so much better. The quality, the fit and finish, like I've said before, is just so good. It just makes me happy to have something that actually fits. The product actually does what it says it does. The aftermarket industry is really weird, especially in the car industry, for the fact that there's no like standard. So like you can get away with so much, and these guys go next level. Like you get it and it's way above what you think it's going to be. So thank you again to RACESENG. If you guys have any questions, concerns, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Peace, guys.